Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Heal Your Mind, Heal the World podcast. My name is Anne Marie Morales, and today I have a beautiful friend, Alison Wagner, with me. She is an internationally known psychic, medium, tarot reader, and teacher. And I just find her delightful, and the way she works really resonates with me. So I can't wait to have her. So without further ado, welcome, Alison, to Heal Your Mind, Heal the World podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for having me here. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, I really I knew I you came into my realm, let's say 2 years ago. And I'll be honest, I'm not really a tarot person. I've had my tarot done before, but it kind of like I don't kind of get it. But when I see you doing tarot, it just is, it just makes sense to me. And I appreciate how you present the information that comes to you. So I
Thank
just
you for
wanted you to
that.
know that. Yeah.
Thank you. I love what I do, and I hope that that comes through when I do my readings. I'm a self-taught tarot reader,
Oh,
so I never had a formal teacher because I didn't really resonate with a lot of the ones that were out there. And I I do a lot of my background is literature, philosophy, and classics, Greek and Roman literature. So I have a strong educational background, and so when I went into tarot, because I am a psychic, I really didn't see anyone that resonated with me. So I kind of had to forge my own path, and so I read a lot of the old books, and then I also had my own unique dialogue and conversation with the cards. And so all of that kind of combined with life experience just comes through in the cards. So I feel like I have my own unique style and method for it. But I absolutely love what I do. So I think that comes through in the cards too. And I care about my viewers and the people I read for.
well, it certainly shows, as evident by your YouTube channel, which in a relatively short period of time has reached how many followers?
As the time that we're viewing, over 118,000 followers. And I got my plaque.
And you
You
got your
get
plaque.
past 100,000. And so I teach manifestation. So just a side note. And one of the things I was telling the people and the members on the YouTube channel and some of my students is I said, watch, my first goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers on my channel by Christmas. And it happened, I think, 2 weeks after Christmas. So I was pretty close. And so by the time I got the plaque, it was like an additional 18,000 viewers because I got the plaque maybe 7 to 10 days after I qualified. So it's really been fast. And there's a lot of great people that have been joining the channel and following, and it's been a lot of fun. I love it. A lot of
I
good
think
feedback.
that's amazing. You wrote on your bio, which is attached below in the section in this video, that you have attracted some very like high profile kind of clients.
Yes.
High profile, but or high, I should say stature. I don't know how to describe it. Clients that come to you for your advice and interpretation. Can you explain? I mean, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's really been very flattering. So I started my YouTube channel and it took a while to get going and then it's just been building as I said. But what happens is a lot of people will view the videos, but they don't leave comments. And that is because I think that there's still a stigma for some people to be associated with psychics, with tarot, with that form of spirituality. And so what happens is they see my videos and they watch them for a while, and maybe they watch their sun, moon, and rising and Venus sign. I've recently introduced a daily video also, and I think what happens is they start watching these videos however they find me. Maybe it shows up in their feed, someone recommended them, however it is, they see them and then they book sessions with me. And they are finding me through YouTube. And I've read for royalty, I've read for federal law enforcement, local law enforcement. I've read for federal judges, not just Superior Court, but federal judges. I've read for a lot of people, everyday people too. It's anyone that books a session with me, I'm there to help you. And I've read for royalty, I've read for politicians, I've at every level from someone that is a city council member all the way up. So just want to say that, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great journey, and I love it. And of course I read for other tarot readers and psychics, and so that's been a lot of fun too, because everybody needs that insight or confirmation, especially as a psychic. When if someone sees something and they want confirmation from another psychic that they trust. And so that's kind of what's been happening. I've been noticing that I've become the psychic. So a lot of people that are fantastic in their own right, we read for each other, either trading services or they just book an appointment. And it has been phenomenal.
Yeah, terrific. I identify with that. And I've asked for your assistance on a few occasions and vice versa. So I
Right.
really I appreciate you in that realm in that way. Were you always a sensitive or a psychic, or did it all of a sudden just hit you through some development?
Well, so when I was young, I mean, from the moment I can think of it being conscious, I've been able to see people shapeshift
Ooh,
from day one. And so that has been interesting, to see someone where, they come up to you and they're smiling, and like think of a 4-year-old child, and someone comes up and they're like, hi, and they want to say hello to you, and they've got this big grin, and then you see them shape shift into something evil.
ooh,
For whatever reason, that is a gift that I have been born with. And so I feel like I'm able to see someone's true essence when it
mm,
comes through. Sometimes it's triggered by them being emotional, or something triggers their root chakra, something like that. And I'm really able to see what they are. And I thought everybody saw that. I didn't realize that it was something that's just unique to me or people that are like me. And the best way I can describe that to someone that is not clairvoyant or not able to see shape shifting is, during COVID, of all times, I was kind of bored. I don't really watch TV, but I do watch YouTube. And so I was kind of bored, and I wanted something outside of YouTube to watch. And something showed up in my feed, and it was the TV series called Grimm. And so I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And so I watched the first episode, and I saw, I can't think of the character's name. I think his name was Nick. Watch this woman, this beautiful woman, shapeshift into this ugly demonic face, because she's actually a witch, and that's how they described her. And I think they called her a hexen beast. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a Grimm. And I started laughing to myself, because that's what I see. And I think to someone that can't see that stuff, that is an excellent series to watch and to see what I see in people. Now, I see, well beyond what they're showing in that show, because they just have, limited types of creatures that they're showing. But that's what I see. And to me, I think that that stuff is actually real. I think that they're trying to say, like, this is mythology when you're looking at Greek and Roman or Celtic or anything along those lines, Nordic. And I actually think that that stuff is real. And so for me, when I saw that show, it was like I felt it was a message from my spirit guide saying, you need to see this, and now is the time. Everybody's coming online. Like, I'm getting the goosebumps right now. Everybody's coming online. A lot of people are choosing to become healers, men, women, it doesn't matter, which is phenomenal. And I think because we see that there's going to be a big shift coming, and those of us that are choosing to be healers are here to help people in that process of seeing things that are about to appear. And we're already seeing that play out in the public arena right now. So I had that ability. I also had different experiences where, I can say when I was 13 years old, in the evening, a group of friends, we were, at a swing set at an elementary park, just hanging out, talking, having a good time. And all of a sudden, on the other side of the school, we hear this growl, and I mean, it's a guttural growl that you know is
Oh,
not from this world. You just
wow.
know there's something about that frequency that you might not know what it is. You can't put your finger on it, but you know it is not of this realm. And we all stopped and we stared at each other and we were kind of laughing like, what the hell? And
Hmm.
then we just didn't really do anything. We were just kind of waiting, and maybe 15, 30 seconds later, it did it again. And we all looked at each other and were like, we're out. We
Yeah.
ran home and to get out of there. But we could hear it. I lived 2 blocks away from that elementary school, and that's the elementary school that I actually went to when I was younger. And because I think at that time I was either in junior high or high school, like right on the cusp. And we could hear it 2 blocks away from at my house. Now the neighbors never said anything. No, we never heard anybody in the neighborhood talk about it, but we sure did hear it. That wasn't just me. That was me and let's say 6 other people. So
Wow.
I've had those experiences, and that's in a suburb. So,
Hmm.
yeah, really interesting, but I don't know how I started going off on that, but I've been able to see the shape shifting. And so, and I love it, by the way. I wouldn't have it any other way. I absolutely love it. It's just when you're younger, you can't really tell anybody that you see that because they're going to think you're crazy, that you need medication or, you know,
Right.
whatever the reaction is going to be. They're not going to take you seriously. I didn't want to be a psychic.
Hmm.
I didn't want to be labeled as a psychic. I didn't want to get the eye roll. Oh, you're a psychic. Oh, yeah. And then no one takes you seriously. Remember, my background is in literature, philosophy, and classics. I'm a very serious individual,
Right.
and I worked really hard for that. Um, and originally, I was going to be an attorney or a professor. And,
Right.
so that's a very serious industry. What if you said, oh, I'm an attorney and I'm also a psychic? Oh my God. No.
Can you
No.
tell if I'm going to win my case?
For an additional fee, right? That's something outside of it, different business. Yeah, it would just be crazy. So, I'm very rational, sane, and very grounded. So, I did not want that label, but now I'm really embracing it and I love it. And because I've met more and more people that are similar to me, we all have different skill sets, right? Like you're a hypnotherapist. I just
Hmm.
feel like, this is like my tribe and my family. I have been able to meet
Yeah.
more and more people, and it's been lovely. And I
Hmm.
wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. What does being a psychic mean to you? Because we try and label, we want to label things. I think that's a natural human ego kind of thing. I got to peg this here and I want to peg this label. Describe what does that mean to be a psychic?
For me, I look at it as being in touch with the unseen, so the occult, the unknown, and maybe having an edge over people that don't have that ability, being able to see into the future or to even be able to see into the past. Maybe
Mm,
there's information that someone is not quite sure what had happened, and we look into that because time is fluid.
right.
And I really enjoy that aspect. And I like being able to, I love knowledge. So I like being able to try and tap into that type of knowledge. And that's why I like being a tarot reader because I like working with clients that need that insight. And
Hmm.
I also pull cards for myself. Some people can't read for themselves. I can read for other people and myself. And so I will ask questions to try and get guidance or information. And so to me, it is working with the other realm. It's gaining the knowledge that I think is beautiful and mysterious. And to me, it's an everyday occurrence. And
Hmm.
it always has been. To me, the world is full of magic. And for me, it would be on the light side. I know both exist, but I don't choose to be a dark magician or anything like that. I'm not a witch, by the way, just FYI for people. I'm a psychic.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
I like to tap into that knowledge and help people. So for me, it's the knowledge that's unseen. It's also knowledge that is helpful to people. And it is, I don't want to say fortune telling, But to me, it is also working. Uh, I hate to use this word, but I'm going to working against the dark side
Mm,
because of what I choose to do. So I think the dark likes to hide a lot of stuff from everybody. And what I like to do is use my skill set to put a lot of elucidation on it, a lot of illumination on the things that are hidden from us. So I use those psychic abilities for that. So, for example, when if somebody has been under attack and they're not sure what's going on or why, I will look into it and see, okay, there's a group of people that are targeting you, and maybe they're targeting you because you're of the light. Maybe they're targeting you because someone wanted to date you a long time ago and you said no, and they're involved in some secret society or whatever, and now you're a target. Or because you don't want to be part of them, you're a target. Whatever it is, we look into
mm.
that. And I think that helps give people a better understanding. And we can look at ways for you to combat that. A way of looking at putting some protection around yourself, of looking at what those people might look like and tracing it back so you can start seeing a pattern, because they don't just send one person after you in that particular scenario. They'll send a lot of
Mm.
different people at you to try and get you one way or another. So it's about recognizing that and being able to put that buffer up. Bless you. And so there's a lot going on.
I muted my microphone, so nobody heard my sneeze, but you saw it. You saw it happen.
But
Um, sorry
yeah, so
to
that's how I would kind of
sneeze.
see being a psychic, working with
Yeah,
the other side.
yeah. I I've had to add that to my realm as well, and coming from a very religious background, my acceptance and um, uh, my interpretation of these gifts, has had to grow. And more and more, as my gifts grow, I'm having to break down these notions, these very poorly programmed beliefs. That's what I'm looking for. The word is beliefs. So you and I were chatting beforehand about today in particular just feels like a heavy kind of day, or that it's just there's a lot happening in the atmosphere, in the energetic atmosphere. I'm kind of person that, like, weather affects me very much, but today is a beautiful bright day,
Yeah.
so technically I should be so crisp, and I feel really it's hard for me to process words. It's hard for me to get things out. Can you tell me what you are seeing in your readings in terms of what's happening energetically right now on our planet?
What I've seen when I do the zodiac readings for my channel and when I do personal readings is I see a lot of people are self-actualizing. A
Mhm.
lot of people are gaining clarity and insight, and there's also confusion. I
Mm,
think a lot of people are seeing things maybe not necessarily for the first time, but it's almost like they're looking at things with fresh eyes all of a sudden. It's almost like, I believe that everyone's been put under a spell. Like there's a dark magician out there that threw a spell on everybody. You can say MK Ultra, you can say everything else that came through TV, culture, however it came in, it definitely came in. And I think that there's starting to be some cracks.
mm.
And I think that the veil is starting to lift. You can use whatever terminology that you want. And I do think that a lot of people are waking up. I think a lot of people have also been pushed to the tipping point, that they're kind of sick of a lot of things that they've seen. There's a lot of healers out there that are helping them try and see it, whether these are people that are able to see the truth or not, because right, we're all like trying to say that this is our version of the truth, this is what I see, this is what this person sees, and we're all trying to connect the dots and put the pieces together. But I do see a lot of people are starting to self-actualize. A lot of people are starting to rise up. I do feel that there's a lot of people that are also weary out there, and they're looking to get that second wind. They're looking, and I think that's what's coming. I think this year is going to do it. Everybody's on their own path, but when we look at the astrology, and I'm not an astrologer, by the way, but when you look at the astrology with the events that are going to start happening, I think that there's going to be so many radical changes coming this year that people can't help but kind of jump to it and keep up, because it's also working with their own astrology or natal charts. And so I think what I am seeing is that a lot of people are just waking up, and it's actually beautiful to see. I think some people are sad, some people are happy. They're all at that frequency of emotions or ranges, and they all have one thing in common. They want to pick up and keep going, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I think those are the people that are able to adapt and overcome and move forward, and they are really bringing the light even brighter than they already were. And that's kind of what I see happening. I know I actually slept in today too, and so for me, I took a nap yesterday. There's no reason for me to be tired. I had a nice day. I took a nap. I didn't really do any work, and then I slept in. And then I just feel like we're also all being upgraded, whether
Mhm.
people know it or not. I think, like, on a whole, we're really being upgraded. I know my skill set personally is upgraded about every 3 months. I actually feel it when it's happening, and I'm wondering if that's what happened yesterday. I haven't really had time to, or this morning, I guess, I haven't had time to think about it because, we hit the ground running today, but it's like, I just feel like everyone's kind of waking up.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're absolutely right, and thank you for bringing that point of view of like, listen, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Because I think there is a great deal of fatigue. People are,
Right.
yeah. I mean, yesterday we were chatting, and I came up with the term Earth Fatigue Syndrome. I
I
now
love
have
it. You need to trademark that.
I put it on Facebook right away just so I could say, no, look, I came up with that term on February 28th, okay, 2026. Yeah, today is March 1st. It is there is a lot of unrest in the world, and
Right.
the light workers uh are going through it as well. I think it's important for everybody to understand that, even though we may consider ourselves gifted in these ways, we're still human, right? We
Right.
still have things that we go through every single day. But I agree with you that when you're not feeling your best, it's not an illness per se, it's an upgrade. Everything happens for your best and highest good. um, so what do you think about that?
I agree. I think it's just like being an athlete. You go and you train, you push yourself really hard, and then you need that recovery. You want to eat right. You want to get your rest, and maybe do a hyperbaric chamber,
Yeah.
whatever it is you need to do,
Hmm.
and then you feel the difference and you're stronger, right? And then, when you look at an athlete, you train for, let's say, 6 or 8 weeks, and then you're always doing that rest and recovery, and then you get upgraded to the next level and the next level, and you keep going, and that's how you get better and better and better. And I think that that's what's happening to us on our journey. We're getting better and better and better as we go, which is fantastic, because who wants to be stuck and bored and trapped in who they are? It's all about this beautiful evolution. It's that idea of turning into the butterfly, right? Who wants to be a 2-year-old child their whole life? No, we constantly have this evolution of change, and we're going through a lot of different things. And especially, like you said, with all these world events, I mean, they're insane.
Hmm.
And I think, like for myself, I choose not to give it my energy. It has a little bit of it, right? Because I don't watch TV, but I like YouTube, and sometimes I'll see a thumbnail, or I'm on Facebook and somebody that's a Facebook friend will send me something or just post it. And if I click on it, there it is. My energy has now gone to that. So, but I try and do my best. I think I pull back about 90% of the time, because I don't want my energy to go there. I want to have a nice, beautiful life with beautiful people. And I don't want to spend my time crying, watching people get slaughtered somewhere else. I just don't, or people getting hurt because some files were released, or, someone that's a public speaker that's trying to engage young college students to better themselves gets assassinated. I just don't want to see that. I made the mistake of watching that assassination, and all I did was cry for like 10 days. I cried more than his wife. I just don't want to do that. And I gave away my energy, and I
Oh,
know better,
yeah.
right? But again, it gets the best of us. I
Hmm.
know that, and I won't let that happen again. That was just a wake up call to me from spirit to not do that. And it was a tremendous amount of energy. And what it did was it also showed me just how powerful I am,
Hmm.
and not to give that to them. So that's what I experienced.
Well, I believe I'm in alignment with you 100%. I try and keep the TV off as much as possible, and I curate what I listen to, uh, what I allow into my mind. I mean, I'm an artist, and whatever I see will be there forever. I'm a very
Right.
visual person, you know.
Right. And it's good to get, points of view that are different from us, but at the same time we're resonating with our tribe. So it's
Hmm.
using that kind of discernment to see what we can allow in that gives us new information and breathes life into that. So yeah, it's that balancing act.
And ultimately, some people say, well, don't you want to know what's going on? First of all, no, probably not. But second of all, if it's really important, you'll learn about it. It'll come across. Somebody will tell you. It's inevitable. If it's truly important for you, I don't think we're left in the middle of the ocean. I think we're divinely guided, and whatever needs to come in our path will come in our path. Just like our friendship, or just anything. And how
Right.
your clients find you, I think, is also divinely guided.
I do too, and I love word of mouth. That's another way, and
Mhm.
so that is really flattering. And a lot of them will write reviews, and I post them on my website so that other people can see it. And some people choose to post their names; others are anonymous. And especially if someone's royalty, they are not going to do that. But how I know? Because they come back; they're repeat clients, right?
Mhm.
And they've referred me to other people, and it's a lot of fun. I've read for Hollywood, and not the ones that not the dark ones. I just want to say not everybody there is in that capacity. A large chunk are, but not everybody. And so I've read for a lot of unique people. I've read for people that I can feel into it, that they are members of the Illuminati, or that they are Freemasons, which is interesting because I'm wondering, are they coming in to test me,
Mhm.
to look at my skill set? But I can feel it, and it comes up in the cards.
Mhm.
So that's interesting to actually feel their energy.
Yeah, I think it's also important to point out that we live in a realm of duality. There is
Right.
light and dark in everything. And so when we put blanket statements, oh, you can never do tarot, that's a tool of the devil. You can never do Reiki, that's a tool of the devil. When we ever do these blanket statements, it's really just showing how you really don't understand the nature of your reality, how that there is dualism in everything. That
Right.
means
I
it can
agree.
go either way. And it's up to us to do the work ourselves to discern.
I absolutely agree. And you know what? I liked these people that I read for that were in the Illuminati and in the Freemasons. I mean, the people that I had contact with, I actually genuinely like them. They're intelligent. They have their own problems, just like everybody else. And my job is to help them navigate their situations and pull energy when I pull cards. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think that's why they come to me. When I told the one person that I could think of off the top of my head that, the Freemason energy is all around them, they looked a little embarrassed. And the first thing I had to say was, it's not a judgment call. I'm just telling you the energy that's around you. Please do not feel uncomfortable. And I say that because they don't know how you're going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I want to definitely go ahead and reassure someone that I am there for their best and highest good, no matter who they are. That is my job. And it's also about confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I do. So I meet, like I said, some phenomenal people, and we look into their personal life, we look into their business life, and I just love it. But it is a duality.
Mm-hmm.
We're all a combination of that light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people that think that they are just of the light, they're they're missing something. They're
Mm-hmm.
off kilter because
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
denying an aspect of self, which means they're not fully developed.
Right. Exactly. It's the concept of the bypass, the spiritual bypass. So
Correct.
I'm just going to ignore all of this awful things that I'm going through and
Right.
just and it's going to magically go away. And in my experience, it does not. It will come and surface again and again and again, because you're being given a message,
Right.
that you need to deal with something.
Right. It's going to fester.
Hmm.
It'll make it
It's
even
going to
worse.
fest. I'd like
Right.
to just shift a little bit, and I'd like to talk about the name of your business. You call your name of your business is Ancient Oaks Psychic Arts,
Yes.
and I have a very, very fond relationship with trees, and that realm. So, how did you come up with your business name?
Well, I originally had Tarot by Allison, and I kept trying to come up with a name, and I couldn't think of anything. And I thought, well, this is so simple. I'll just do Tarot by Allison because when people are going to type it up in a Google search, that's how it's going to come up. And I didn't really care for the name, but I needed something to put on the website and to
Hmm.
have a YouTube channel and everything else. And then I'm like, well, this doesn't really resonate with me. And I have been such a nature lover. And when you're looking at Nordic mythology or Celtic mythology and everything like that, I'm looking at trees and I really relate to trees and I love being in the outdoors. To me, that is my God, my nature. Like I didn't grow up being religious in an organized religion. I grew up feeling, literally feeling like walking out in the mountains. That's where God is. That's where source is. And having my own personal relationship with the sun, with the trees, and everything else. And so for me, when I was coming up with the name, I was looking at different things, and I know I wanted it to say psychic arts. But ancient oak, that just ties into, I think, everything that I studied in school and the wisdom of the trees and how old they are and how they speak and they have their own network. And so it was something as simple as that. Not a lot of deep thinking behind it. I hate to say that, but
Hmm.
for me, it really resonates. And yeah, I just feel like the wisdom of the trees.
And do you tap into that realm as well? Let's say the elemental realm. Is that something that comes to you?
It does. I tend to go into other realms, but it does. And what I'm really noticing recently, in like the last 6 months, I'm having a tremendous amount of orbs show up all of a sudden, and also the fairies. And they were not making themselves as known several years ago, but they certainly are now. And I'll even have people watching my videos on my YouTube channel say, "Oh, it's such and such minute. I just saw orbs around you," or "I saw this," and they're like, "Go back and watch." I don't have time to go back and watch, but they'll say that, and then but I'll see them in my home. I see a lot of stuff. So I see a lot of things. I see things out of the corner of my eye. I see movement. I feel it. The air can change. So as far as those realms go, though, yeah, I can work in that realm.
Hmm. I think I think they're going to make themselves known to you a lot more in the coming months.
Why
That's
do you say that?
my side. I'm just I'm feeling because they're a realm that I work with a lot. They're present, and I'm just feeling it like all in my heart area. It's like this expansion that's coming across. And I just feel that for you. I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting. I had one
We'll
save
see.
my life actually one time.
Ooh,
Yeah, and that
please
was
tell.
yeah, that was a side note, but yeah, I actually had one intervene from a demonic entity coming in that was going to attack me, and it got in the way and stopped it.
Wow, how about that? Wow.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very
Oof.
grateful for that.
Yes. I don't know. You and I
I know.
we dwell in some interesting energy fields, that's for sure.
Yeah,
We certainly do.
I love
We
what I do.
Yeah,
It's
me too.
exciting. I wouldn't have it any other way. I really, at
Hmm.
this point, there's no going back. There really isn't. I absolutely
Hmm.
love it. I think that the matrix that everyone is in, it is, to me, such a false dynamic. I can't even exist in it anymore. It just, I have a hard time going out and going to the grocery store and stuff like that because it just seems so fake.
Mm.
But I have to participate in it to a certain degree, but it's just like it, that's not the realm I spend all of my time in. It's a different realm,
Yeah,
different entities all over. So, yep.
I identify with that a lot. Identify that for sure. So, can you tell us anything new and exciting that you might be coming up for you, and anything you want to tell people?
Well, I've offered some new services on my website, so I'm really excited about that because I know a lot of people are having some hard times, and they wanted me to bring back my 30-minute readings to make it so that if they can't afford the full hour, they wanted the 30 minutes. So that I've brought back in addition to a 1, 2, or 3 question option, but that's an email response. You're not meeting with me, but that seems to be really popular with people. So I have that just came out. And then I'm hoping in May, where I'm finding a venue and trying to get that set up. So coming in May, I'm hoping to have a gathering for people to come together where we have a soul tribe spiritual meeting, which of course you are going to be one of the speakers at
Hmm.
there. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think we're going to have a phenomenal lineup. So I'm looking forward to that. And as of right now, that's it. That's a lot. And I am working on my health. And this is something that I'm going to share with everybody. I haven't really shared this on my channel, but I've been going through this whole process of a parasite cleanse. And I know that kind of turns a lot of people off, but we all have them and it's a matter of addressing it. So I've been doing this parasite cleanse. Well, one of the things I've added to it recently, because I'm in an excellent position where I currently live, someone is running a special that I'm able to take advantage of. And that is doing ozone treatments, hyperbaric chamber therapy, colonics, infrared steam sauna, beamer mat, all that fun stuff to go ahead and upgrade the body too, because it's not just spiritual well-being, it's also physical well-being, right? It's the temple. And so it's a matter of really looking at everything holistically. And so I've been doing that. So I feel like that's something that everyone is going to be coming online for, and that's going to need help with it because you look at all the chemtrails, what they're putting in our food and our water and everything else. The frequency triggers a lot of that stuff.
Right.
So the cell towers, what the frequency that comes out of your microwave and your TV and anything else. And let me tell you, I love my laptop. I love my cell phone. I love all that stuff. So I know I have it. So what you can do to mitigate that, you try and do the best that you can. So I've been doing that, and I just want to share that with everybody. And the place I've found is so incredibly affordable. It's ridiculous. I don't know how she can even offer it for that price.
Hmm.
But it makes me want to have my own wellness center.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not even kidding.
Hmm.
It really does. It because I see this as part of what's going to happen when people start waking up and they know that they need to disengage. I mean, the United States, what does it have? Something like 150 chemicals or more than that that's actually legal in our country and it's illegal everywhere else. Where are the people here being poisoned? And I think when everyone really starts to wake up, they're going to realize that if they want to live and live a comfortable life, a healthy life, that they're going to need these treatments, these modalities to help restore themselves. Can you be restored? Yeah, but you got to put the work in.
Right. Right, exactly. And I agree with you. You know, we are systematically poisoned, and
Right.
it is it's a system. It is a uh well, how can I just put it? Like I said, today is a thick brain day. I'm just not functioning. Sorry, but yeah, it is something that is happening to us from all directions.
Right.
And people are waking up, especially here. You and I live in Florida. We look at we our skies. You know, our skies are so important in Florida. We're the Sunshine State. However, often days we are the white sky state because
Right.
of the chemtrails that come down. So even the dark is illuminate is serving the light in this sense, because everyone is waking up frequency wise. 10 years ago, we never would have noticed the streaks in the sky. But now, because of the awakening that humanity is going through, the elevated frequency of our planet, these things are coming into view now. People that before were asleep to what is happening are now going, wait a minute, that's weird. What's going on? Do you notice that
Right.
too?
Yeah, the normies are doing that because I have a
Yep.
lot of normies where I live, and I told them I do tarot, and they think that it's the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just don't go there. I just Allison, the regular person, when I'm around them, and we talk about other things. But I even had one of my neighbors send me photos of the skies. He's like, look at this. He's like, here's the chemtrails, and he's a normie.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that, so I'm from California, so we saw it decades ago, and it was always alarming to us. And then now that I'm in Florida, I can't believe how many chemtrails there are. But Florida supposedly passed a bill banning chemtrails, but yet they're still going on. So now what you see is a lot of the local people that are normies going, hey, I thought the chemtrails were banned. What's going on? So click.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at least they're starting to make that move where, hey, the government isn't out for your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever these organizations are or entities are, they are not out for your best interest. Why is that continuing?
Mm-hmm.
And so slowly I think they're starting to wake up. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I like that. I like the fact that that's happening.
Great. Yes, there is hope, guys. I mean, you and
There's
I and all the people who are listening to this podcast, we are the ones that are preparing the way. We are the ones that are holding and anchoring the light in probably some of the darkest times in human history. And my guides have always said we're the strongest of the strong. And we are the ones that chose to be here at this time.
and
So,
I agree. And, I know for me as a psychic, when I get goosebumps on the whole left hand side of my body from basically my shoulder on down to my little toe, that is truth. And
mhm,
as you're saying that, it's just resonating and resonating. And right now, it's just resonating. It's not going away. We are here to anchor it in and to help people.
mhm,
And what I love is so many people are becoming healers. And you know what? There's not a lot of money in that. So these people are doing it because they feel divinely guided to go into this. They might still have to work a 9 to 5 job and then be a healer on the side. But I do believe there's going to come a point when they have that staying power, and when everything starts happening, which how I foresee a lot of things happening, and a lot of people need help, there's going to be lines down the street for them
mhm. Yep.
because and so we need them, and we need them to get up to speed to continue, like going from a level, like what would it be, like a 1 to a 10 or whatever it would be. They have to continue that skill set because they're going to be in demand. And that's why I love seeing a lot of people. I help guide them. A
Mhm,
lot of the people that come to me for one-on-one or for sessions or manifestation, because they get a little disappointed.
mhm.
They're like, hey, I'm really good at this. I love it, but I'm not getting any work. I'm not getting this. And it's like, well, when I look into it, I'm like, well, it's coming. I can see it for you. It's coming. You need that staying power. You need to find that kind of that sense of hope and almost like a reinvention of self to continue to go and to keep, honing your skills. It's coming. Just keep going. Maybe add another skill set, even though you feel like it's not paying off because it's about to happen. I think we're right there.
Yes, we were just speaking about how uh, I was. I have been hearing about Chris Bledsoe, who was a gentleman about, I think, 2017 or something. He had an apparition of a lady who identified herself as the lady, and many people
Again.
say it is. Oh,
Yeah, got the chills again.
you got the chills again. I love that. That the lady is the divine feminine, and that she is returning. And two things he predicted back in 2017. And he's not just some one-off weirdo. He was studied by the Vatican. He was visited by the government, by the Air Force, like because he was experiencing these orb phenomenon and had this apparition of this lady.
Wow. Yeah, very strong. Very strong.
I'm getting it all up here. Yay! Keep coming. And interestingly, she's what he said was, or what she said to him was, I've been called many names. And just a couple of weeks ago, I got Hathor came to me. Now I had an activation. Yeah, I had an activation with Hathor when I was in Egypt, but then she just channeled through me the other night. Anyway, I'm excited about that. But one of the messages that she gave, and it's very well documented from 2017, if I'm not mistaken, that year, is that when Israel and Iran shoot missiles at each other, and when Regulus is in line with the eyes of the Sphinx, and that is March of 2026. This is where we are. It's happening. Yep. So we are, oh my gosh, I'm feeling it too.
I can't believe it. Yeah. No, it's very strong, very powerful.
Yeah. So, hey, we are in it to win it. Woo-hoo!
That's it. Again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And people need to know that because they have been programmed to be victims in society. They have been programmed to be weak, men and women and everything else. So it's one of those moments where people need to dig deep and get away from that victim mentality, right? Everything you need is inside you. Be strong. Use your discernment, right? You're not a victim. Stand up on your own 2 feet and get going.
That's it. Brilliant. And A Course in Miracles, which is my spiritual practice, that is one of the lessons. We are not a victim of the world we see. We are the creators. We are the creators of our world. We have to take responsibility for that. And so, as my podcast is dedicated to this download that I received, heal your mind, heal the world.
Right. No one's coming to save you. You need to save yourself.
That's right.
It comes from within. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Alison, for being with me today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. We'll have to do it again.
Absolutely. And so you will find, tell everybody where they can find you and reach out to you.
Okay. So you can go to my website. It's www.ancientoakpsychicarts.com. The link will be in the description below. And you can also go to my YouTube channel by the same name. It's the @ Ancient Oak, singular, Psychic Arts. Definitely check it out.
And push her subs up, up, up. And push my subs up, 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 up.
Absolutely. And check out her video that she did about channeling Hathor. Absolutely. That was like, what, a month ago? It was
just recent. A couple weeks ago. Just a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. I'm bad with time. It's fluid. I'm so bad with time. Okay. Yeah, definitely check it out. You can see what she's saying.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking all the way to the end. My name is Anne Marie Morales. You can find me at ammhypnotherapy.com and come to Egypt with me in January of 2027.
Yes. I'm going to try and go.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Okay, we'll make it happen. Thank you. Bye.